seasoned on purpose. Savory and delicious home-style cooking. And today we're in for another treat. That's right, black bean soup and rice. So let's get started. Whether you're cooking black bean soup from the can, from the bag, you always want to boil it first just for a little bit. Now, if you're cooking your black bean soup from the bag, you want to make sure that you clean out all of the beans that don't look good. You do that first, and then you let your beans soak in water overnight, and you begin the process where I am right now. Turn the heat up medium height, just enough to let them cook a little bit, and also it cooks out any of the residue of blanchness, which prevents digestive issues later on. Once it starts to boil, that's it. Then on to the rest of what I do with my black bean soup. If you cook chicken by boiling it, by the way, delicious meal, the residue of the chicken is chicken broth. So don't throw it away. You can use it. Absolutely. You can use it to cook with rice, which is what I'm going to do today. I don't have to use this bouillon of chicken, nor do I have to buy chicken broth. Now, you may want to use vegetable broth, of course. And so I'm going to use this for my rice, and I'm also going to use this for my black bean soup. And so I just wanted to show you that. Okay, let's get started. So these are all of the ingredients that we're going to use. These are my black beans. They're ready to go. I've boiled them a little bit. I drained them, and now they are ready for the other ingredients that I want to put in to make this soup. So the first thing I want to do is to put my onions in there. And you can put all of this in at the same time. Usually I cook this in a slow cooker, and it cooks for, I don't know, a couple of hours. So I decided to use this pan. It's a half of an onion. You can have a small onion. This was a pretty big onion, so I cut it in half. And you can cut it and just chop it up. It doesn't have to be cut fine. Just cut it in just, small chunks like that, because once it starts to cook, it'll separate anyway. I love black beans, and I love black bean soup. Now, my audience of one, this is not for him. He doesn't like it. So this is for myself and my neighbor. I asked her, did she like it? She loves it. So we're gonna share. So this is fresh garlic. One thing you wanna know about fresh garlic, once you cook it, it doesn't dissolve. You don't wanna have big pieces of garlic that you put in your mouth, but smaller than I would an onion. And if you get skin, don't worry about it. I see it, I'll take it off, but it's delicious. You can't really tell. So I'll just chop it up like that. Not a big deal. And then I'd say 2 small cloves. If you have minced garlic, that's probably better for something like this. I'd say a tablespoon of minced garlic, and you just put it in there. I prefer fresh garlic, but it's up to you, whatever you prefer. Remember, it's about you. I just enjoy sharing it with you, but it's about what you like for your dish. And I always want you to tell me how you fixed it, because we fix food differently. I just want to give you some ideas of what I do. And as I told you, I love this. This is about a tablespoon of olive oil. Now, with black beans, some people prefer to have peanut oil. Absolutely. Whatever kind of oil that you prefer, you add that. This is about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. So I'm just going to spread it over there and add that. These are plum tomatoes. I'm not going to add them yet. I'm going to put them in closer to when it gets done. This is about a half a teaspoon. There's about a teaspoon, I guess, of jalapeno peppers. And it just adds a little bit of a spice to it. So I'm going to put them in there. Worcestershire sauce has a wonderful, robust taste, and it will go perfect in your black bean soup. So there you have it. I'll put that in there. Now this is about a teaspoon of cumin. Cumin is perfect for a dish like this. Cumin, whole or ground. This is ground cumin. The flavor is a wonderfully strong and slightly bitter smell. And it's perfect for dishes like this, for a Mexican, a Spanish style dish, rice dishes as well, with cheese spreads, eggs, and also fish dishes. So cumin, you can do a lot with it. And so we're going to add it for this black bean soup. And we're just going to spread it all in there. That's about a teaspoon of cumin. Remember, it's very strong, it's bitter, but it definitely adds to the robust of the dish. So you don't want to add too much. And this is my chicken broth. We talked about that already. I'm just going to pour it in here because I'm saying it's black bean soup. I don't want it too soupy. So let me just pour maybe like a cup and see if I need to add any. That's about a cup. I've made my black bean soup in a slow cooker before. Whatever water, whatever oil you put in a slow cooker remains. That's it. So don't expect it to evaporate because it's not. I've made that mistake before. Now, when you cook it in a pan, the good news is that if you've put too much in here, too much liquid, then just keep cooking it until more of it evaporates. Or you can take it out another way, but without going into detail. That'll be for another one. You can just let it cook and it'll evaporate after a while. So this, I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it all in here. Yeah, that's not gonna be too much. That's 2 cups. 2 cups of chicken broth. Now I love my lime, so I'm going to put, this is a half a lime, and just squeeze the lime juices in there. It adds a very nice, tangy taste, a little bitter. Limes are a little tangy, and you just add that. I'm not gonna squeeze the other one, that was plenty. This is about a tablespoon of cilantro. This is parsley, fresh parsley. Here is my favorite herb of all. And here's a trivia question for you that you can ask anyone that has been watching my videos for some time. What is Kim's favorite herb? You got it. Fresh basil. Oh, it has such a delicious, sweet, and flavorful smell. The aroma, it smells like it's floury, actually, very floury. And it's delicious to taste as well. You know when you're eating fresh basil, you can taste it. These are red peppers, orange peppers. I'm not gonna put these in here yet because as you know, or as you may know, peppers get really, really soft, and I don't want to put them in there at the very beginning of when I cook them. I am going to put this in the soup once the soup is just about halfway done, and then I'll put the peppers in there. So and this was leftover peppers. I had peppers left over from a previous meal. So if you're going to use peppers, use maybe 1 small green or orange or yellow or red. You know I love color, and so that's what I had left over. I don't have too many green peppers. Here's my meat. You don't have to put meat in here if you don't want to. These are beef meatballs, and I cut them in half so that when you bite them, you don't have that big meatball in your mouth. These are chicken sausages, and this has a little cheese in it as well, and some other herbs inside. To place this on the stove and let it cook, and then after it gets going for a while, then we'll come back and see what it looks like, and then we'll be able to add these plum tomatoes and the peppers. And so we'll be back as soon as it's halfway done. You can see that the onions have already separated, and they will get softer as it continues to cook. You can see some of the seasonings that I put in there already, the cilantro, basil, the parsley. So I just wanted to let you see it. It's cooking really nice. It's not done. It'll get a little bit thicker. Now, if this is where you want it to stop, if you're happy like this, you always want to taste your food before you decide to serve it. I tasted this dish already. It is delicious. It has just enough Worcestershire sauce, the seasonings that I put in there, mixed with the black bean taste itself, meat. I wish you could taste it. It's so good. And also the lime. And just to give you a sense of what it already tastes like, it's a little bit tangy, but not too much. And remember when I put the jalapeno peppers in there, you can't taste the spiciness. It just adds to the robust flavor of this black bean soup. So that's all I wanted to show you. It's not done. We'll be back in a few minutes. By the way, the light is on very, very low, as low as I can get it. I don't want it to cook fast now. Now I just want it to marinate together. And once it's done to my liking, then I will add the other ingredients that we talked about. Okay, so we will be back. Okay, it's cooking really nicely. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Definitely has cooked down. I'm going to add the final ingredients and then I'll let it cook slowly some more for about 15 minutes and then it'll be ready to eat. I'm just going to dump those tomatoes. I'm going to add the rest of these bell peppers. Now, doesn't this look colorful? The key in serving a good dish is to present color. It whets the appetite when the food just looks good. And this looks good. And it tastes good too. All right, so we're gonna let this really marry together with each other and then we'll be back for a final taste and a final look before we call it a day. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes. And here's the finished product. And I wanted to give you a sense of what it tastes like with the plum tomato. So I'm going to taste it and let you know how it tastes. You have to try it. It's delicious. It has a very small spiciness to it. That's because of the cumin of the jalapeno peppers. You can put it in there where you don't have to. It's not that spicy, but it just adds to the punch of the soup. And also, if you eat the plum tomato with every bite of the soup, that plum tomato bursts in your mouth full of tomato flavor. And it's not overbearing because of the rest of the content of the soup. So try it. I think you'll love it. It's delicious, I promise. All right, at any rate, thank you so much for tuning in again to Kim's Seasoned on Purpose. I hope to hear from you. Subscribe and like and hit the bell. The bell lets you know the next time I'm on, and you don't want to miss 1 minute of all these delicious meals that I'm cooking. I'll see you the next time, and remember, not only make it a great day, but remember your purpose. Remember your opportunity. Remember Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. Seasoned on purpose. Bye for now.